They came for the wrong one. They tried to wage an unfair fight, and they tried to insult your intelligence. They tried to expose something about you and in turn exposed much about themselves, which could be raising concern in others about the situation at hand. So the truth is being revealed, something is being brought to light. I was getting a channeled message, reason I pushed record. I was hearing that they're using pain as power. Pain as power. And so they could have some unhealed wounds, that they're in some sort of competitive energy of punishment as a reward. I don't know, I'm not going to go into any debates about punishment and ways to parent, so set that aside. I'm hearing that your enlightened perspective is a threat. Your intelligence is a threat. The truth is a threat. So you actively engaging in your self-care, you expanding your consciousness, you expanding your awareness, you seeking the truth in all things, you building knowledge is a threat. So you're meant to call back your power, and this could be a bit of a hermit energy, so that you are not in the forefront of them inflicting pain, but raise vibration, raise internal awareness, so then you can hold that shield up. Perhaps the divine is holding a shield up for you to gather your thoughts at this time. Enlightened perspectives as a threat, inflicting pain as power, using punishment as their reward. Ain't that some shit? Let's see what the cards have to say. Something I'm hearing inevitable. You know what you're going through, so apply this as it resonates. And if it doesn't resonate, maybe this message isn't for you. It could be entertainment. It could be a perspective to explore. So maybe this is about you kind of going a little deeper. It's like you fact checking, you going back, looking at the pattern, you looking at photos, you revisiting your internal narrative so that that isn't filtering what's being thrown or projected your way. Someone needs to do some shadow work. The sword. And so I would say this is in the mental body. This idea of shielding is coming up again. Being aware what's truth, what's reality, what is pain, what is pleasure, something of the sort. So there's some sort of means of discernment in the mental body, or the means of communication here. And maybe someone isn't aware that they're projecting their shadow. Someone isn't aware that pain is not pleasure. Prayer. Maybe it's time to your self-care as a prayer, as a means of upholding the light. This idea of unearthing. The Ace of Wands, I believe. Ace of Cups in the Zombie Tarot, there's a hand in one of the Ace cards that comes up. That did show itself in a recent reading. Take it as it resonates. Father. Oh my goodness. Okay. So maybe looking at religious doctrine and how perhaps the truth is swayed, or your perspective is swayed as a result of someone else's shadow projected, right? There could be some unease in expressing love, kindness, spirituality, and some of that could be someone else's perspective or someone else's projected shadow swaying the experience of a narrative about you, spirituality, growth, religious doctrine, something of the sort. So being able to recognize hyperbole, recognizing truth and fact, fact and fiction, shadow and light. So discerning between some sort of authoritarian, I'm taking that from the father, and parenting. Penny, copper as a conduit. Penny, aren't we stopping using pennies now? Something like that. Is that you in a penny? I feel like there's more research to do. Could be over analyzing things, and maybe with the prayer, you're meant to take it up, take it up, take it up. Take it up to the authorities of some sort, redefining how the Authoritarian measures are working, something like that. Prayer. You hold wisdom. Your prayers, your manners matter. Some remaining polite in the midst of someone unearthing their shadow. Maybe this is you holding space for someone to grow. Maybe this is a measured, stoic approach that you have that is inspiring others, that is needed at this time. Continue to expand your awareness to the truth of all things. You are the light in the dark. Temperance, have patience for others, have patience with yourself. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands came up in the last reading. There's something about understanding your energetic lineage, they're saying. Page of Cups, someone wants to apologize. Someone's been a bit out of hand with King of Wands. Truth be told, there's something to manifest. I feel like this is your work, speaks for itself. The shadow work you've done in the past speaks for itself. There's some sort of proof in the pudding, some sort of yielding results in your methodology. Page of Wands, learning your craft. Maybe you're meant to teach your craft. New level, as I say, new level, teaching your craft. Full card. So a new adventure awaits for you. Have patience in others. Let's see what's, geez. You know how to manage. You might be able, like a snake charmer of sorts. Your ability to discern, see what's not being said, being able to see beyond the veil is helping you move forward, breaking the illusions. Move up through a new level of energetic awareness pool. You keep saying measured approach. You have that, or you should embody that. Your measured approach speaks like a virtue of patience, something like that. They're saying again, you are the light in the dark. So others are witnessing or bearing witness to, you might be like, whatever upheaval, whatever showcasing someone attempted to do in the way you handled yourself, the way you stand on business, is inspiring others, teaching others simply by your state of being. You're helping the illusion to crumble by being the light in the dark and like stopping this devil in its track. You might have done a return to sender. Your prayers might have provided protection for more than just yourself. So it's like you stopped a cycle. So a cycle of abuse, right? That first one that started the Me Too movement, the first one that sat in the back of the bus, a staged enactment, something like that. There's something that has come up in the public eye, in the community, in the family structure. This is setting in about a new beginning that is very much needed. 3811, modern garden rose. So something, maybe something looking back at the knowledge in the past. Maybe there's some sort of historical approach. There's something, way that something was handled, a way that you can learn from the past, or a past pattern, a past cycle that now needs a modern approach. Maybe this is part of that Piscean approach, like a hierarchical approach to a more conscious set of standards. Let's see what fell on the floor. Sensualist, 8. We're bringing love in. You can also take that idea of sensuality with the Queen of Wands, idea of pleasure, of how you can bring love in. Maybe there's some magic there in connection. It's like healing hands, I'll just say that. Could also be, I'm going to take sensuality as your ability to sense with the Queen of Wands, and that Page of Wands is you feeling it out, like your intuitive measures as a means of communication, as a way to make things grow. Fool. You are never a fool. Never a fool in love. Maybe someone else has been a fool by the way they played themselves by trying to play you. Someone else has been a fool by keeping their heart caged. Meanwhile, you kept your heart open and took way more pain than pleasure in a certain set of circumstances. Lover. 24/6. That 6 is the Lover's card in the Tarot. At a choice point, a fork in the road, this also could be a lover that you took, or you are a lover. behind the scenes or otherwise. There's a song, Reach Out and Touch Faith. Maiden. This could be something has to do with someone that wanted to wreak havoc. There could be some reassignment of roles in society, and so maybe this is dismembering the shame, kind of like the scarlet letter kind of energy. Maybe this is you reclaiming the right to pleasure. This could be you reclaiming your right to divine sovereignty. This could be you reclaiming your personal power after someone kind of cutting you off at the knees or game playing or trying to do a power grab. And so your pleasure, your self-care is a reclaiming of your physical form, is a reclaiming of your energy. There's some sort of process there. Let's see what's on the floor. Creator, creatrix, paint a new reality for yourself. So maybe this is some sort of creative expression. It could be some second chakra work that you're doing, some healing there. Poet, creative energy, maybe is the spoken word. Maybe they're meant to write here. You're meant to channel in perhaps with all of that. The one, I am also thinking of early writings from early mystics. Medieval times, there's a very sensual feeling to the way nuns, and I can think of one in particular, but I don't know the name, so please fact check me, do your own research behind that. There's like a sensual experience by experience the one, okay, mystically speaking, not necessarily the one as in one person for you. This is about the village. It takes a village to heal, so maybe you are working with a collective, a community. Self. Pearls of wisdom radiating out to support the community that you serve, the collective that you serve, as you channel in the one, as you speak your piece, as you create a new narrative beyond the false narratives and perspectives thrown your way. Again, back to like the scarlet letter. You're no one's fool. You're no one's fool. All right, this is, I guess, meant to be some confirmation for you if you've been hurting, someone did you dirty, something of this sort. You're not meant to rescue. You are meant to serve and speak your piece. There's something to be expressed. There's something to be channeled through you and through the experiences that you are having here on this planet. Pearls of wisdom. Do hope this serves well. Sending you lots of light and love your way.